Hello everyone, welcome back to Day One Day. Today we're going to talk about data pipeline with embedding models. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Day One Day YouTube channel, and we're going to talk about a lot of interesting machine learning models and AI. Right? So let's start with our curious question as we do all the time. So how do we transform raw text into a format that AI models can truly understand? Right. So I want you to think, pause yourself, and we're going to talk about the answer for this curious question in next step. All right. So let's start with our first one. What is a data model? So which, if you have seen my previous video, you should be knowing about that, or else let's do a recap. A data pipeline moves data through a series of steps, such as collect, clean, transform, model, serve. So if you have not seen my previous video, one of a bigger picture where I talked about your source systems to moving your data to warehouse systems, where you might be following some ETL or ELT format, which is technically a data pipeline, you're building it. So in that scenario, you will collect, you'll clean, transform, model, and save. Right? So it also automates handling of a data from source to AI model. And the goal here is to ensure data is a structured, high quality, and ready for intelligent systems such as your reporting, insights, machine learning, where you create your feature stores from out of that. So there's a lot you can do that. So the next one is why we use embedding models, right? Embedding models map text images, other data into numerical formats, which you might have seen in of my previous video, which I was talking about how to use a bit ticker and other formats where you're converting your text, NLP text to your NumPy formats. We're going to do another deep dive on how to convert this embedding models later state. All right. So embedding model, as it they are purely vectors capturing a meanings and words with a similar meanings have vectors close together. All right. Some of our common examples were sentence transformers, which you might have used Hugging Faces, or you might have seen OpenAI embeddings, which we also talked about a bit ticker, sorry. So, and some of our Hugging Faces models. All right. So now from here, where we stand up is how to combine data models. Oh, before I talk about, there are two approaches. One approach is a traditional approach, which you might have used regex formats in most of our application programmings. The other one is a model approach. So the model approach is more like you're following word to vec, sentence transformers, OpenAPI embeddings, or Hugging Face models transformers, right? So the key for research is retrieval and clustering recommendations for entire these models. So from here, where we end up is how to combine data pipelines and embedding models. So there are a few steps we talk about here, and let me pick up an annotation so we can talk stuff. Let me change a color. I hope you guys can see this format. All right, let's assume we have files here in the different formats. Let's take PDF, and you have some other format of a data, emails, and some Confluence or wiki pages, all the stuff, right? Let me put in an email, wiki pages, right? You have various formats. So from here, you need to process this unstructured or structured data. You need to process these files into a normalized text. So for example, you might be using some PDF MU library, or you might be using some OCR formats. So you might be doing a lot of things. So once you do this normalization, where you do this is also part of pre-processing. From here, you might be using some embedding text models. So for example, just like an OpenAI, one you might be using it, or Hugging Faces embedding models, you're using it to convert your text number to a formats. Now you store all these vectors on your system, right? So from here, you might be using some of our vector framework is one of a famous one. I think it's called FICE, and also there are other stuff, and also there are a few one which is a cloud format. You can use a vector database, which is AWS has that, but I'm trying to keep non-cloud based products, which is this. I think it is coming from Facebook providers, and this is a very in-memory vector database, which I use a lot as part of my applications if I want to do demos on local, where I don't need to have an internet. So once you have this one, this is where you query all your data on this part. So this is where it comes in totally a model approach or format. So that's also is creating under model pipelines. Right. So now from here, let's go to our next bullet point. Right. Why it matters. So the matters here is technically you're doing a faster search because technically you're running everything up. We jumped on it. Okay. The most of stuff it's going to be here. Once you put in your vector, all these queries you can run over a lot of data, and that is where it's going to be saves a lot for you. And there's a better recommendation, you can find it, and also you can use a foundational AI apps over from this data. You can create an RAGs and some semantics, or you can use a chatbots because all these vectors you have it in a, and also the final one, if you're using any internet-based AI channels like a ChatGPT, and embedding also converting which is a vectors to numpys from text to numpys, which is a vectors or embeddings. Embeddings also charge you a lot. So this is also some OpenAI charges you somewhere between a 10 cents to about $1, depends on, or maybe more than $1, depends on how many vectors or embeddings you're transforming your text. So that is also you can that's another costly if you're looking at it. So that's where I try to put this embeddings or vectors in local or in my cloud. So that way I don't pay for that huge calls because every payload varies from 1 word to a million words, depends on what kind of a payload you're sending out. That all costs you a lot too when you see it in terms of month, quarterly, or yearly. So you have to be watchful on that part. So finally, let's put in some final thoughts on this before we conclude our video. So embedding pipelines are the secret bridge between a messy, I use a messy word because the message is not a structured, unstructured format. So human knowledge and structured AI understanding. And also you can state that is a data pipelines or the secret sauce. Some behind there, you're making AI smarter and helps them to understand and retrieve the right information at the right time. All right. I hope I given you some valuable information, and I'll see you in the next video.